Hey guys, are you looking for a new gaming keyboard or gaming mouse? Maybe you want some LEDs in your RGB setup kind of thing? Check out the Naga Chroma, as well as the Death Adler Chroma, as well as some few others. Make sure to check out Razer.com. Alright guys, I've actually been using the Naga Chroma since Christmas, and I gotta tell you, I love that I have the MMO edition of it. The 12 keys on the side makes everything so much easier. And alright guys, that is Razer.com. Hey guys, this is EvilBeastGaming, and I am doing a Fallout 76 beta review. Alright, let's get into it. After playing this game for a few hours, I've actually started to see a lot of the critiques from the other Let's Play channels, as well as a few of the Fallout 4 fans and stuff like that. I wanted to do my own review of sorts. I wanted to bring up my point of views and my thoughts on particular things, as well as my speculations. First thing I wanted to talk about was the photography mode. Being able to pan your camera around to get a selfie mode kind of thing, as well as doing a scenic photo in this game, is actually pretty freaking awesome. I know that there's a few mods for Fallout 4 that provided you with such things, but to have the game self-built this particular function is kind of interesting, and I know it's been a lot more recently developed from like Call of Duty and a few other games, but Fallout really didn't have to have this at all. And they still did, just because they know that the fans wanted it. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that they put musical instruments in here. Up to 4 players sitting just in a band setting can sit there and play songs, just hanging out kind of thing. I don't know if they provide bonuses to the character yet, but I'd like to figure that out maybe when the game comes out and I have a bunch of friends playing together kind of thing. I wonder if the more players you have together playing the instruments, the more benefits you will get. The first thing I wanted to talk about was Tinkerer tables. Tinkerer tables are how you generally have ammo production. Generally, there is no wandering traders in this game so far that I've seen in my very limited playing. But from what I mostly see of the game so far is that you're making all of your ammo if you are struggling to maintain your ammo. A lot of the times I have actually excess ammo of all different types, and the further you get into the game and the more you kill things, I feel like you get more wider arrangement of ammo, so you're not burning through one type of ammo after you get to level 4 or 5. You tend to slow down, and you pick a favorite weapon, you go through it, maybe you have a couple of favorite weapons that you've gotten early on, luckily kind of thing. And you go on, and you just generally keep that ball rolling of ammo or making ammo kind of thing. Speaking of ammo, you're generally going to need a lot of it. This world is gigantic. Traveling from the first city to the second city, I ran into a bunch of little things that ended up having encounters with a bunch of monsters. I was not really that set off, but I was able to hold off my own kind of thing. The next thing I wanted to talk about was weapons crafting. There isn't a lot of plans out in the world early on kind of thing. A lot from that I have gotten from random kills and, chests and whatever from doing random events is that a lot of the times to get your weapon upgrades, you gotta break down a bunch of weapons that you already have. Like, I got the hunting rifle pretty early on, but I ended up breaking down so many excess ones that I actually got a pretty nice setup by a decent point in the game. And then I found a better one 5 minutes later. And so I broke down the old one, I kept the new one, and it just gave me more and more these unique parts. And I was able to finally make something that I really wanted. And I was able to then duplicate them if I wanted to kind of thing. It's just remarkable of how they're doing the survival aspect of crafting instead of just knowing how to make everything or how to make adjustments to everything. The next thing I want to talk about was friendly humanoid NPCs. The fact that there is no friendly humanoid NPCs. There are quest givers or self-registration stations from the first, in the first city. Then after that, the traders are robots. Besides the other human players, there's really no one friendly there. You're chasing down holotapes for the most part, and maybe, you get side quests here and there kind of thing. It's kind of disappointing, especially from a Fallout game, but, I think they wanted it to be mostly, if any human interaction would be from the players, and I think I can kind of get behind that from Bethesda, but I also think that they should generally have a better world building situation than they currently have. The final thing I want to talk about was CAMP. C-A-M-P. And I forget what the acronym means, but it freaking is cool. This thing allows you to set up a shelter any in the world as long as it's not too focal to a city or anything that is localized that is needed for a quest kind of thing, so you can't be grinding the area. I actually put mine on the side of this hill, and it worked out pretty well for me. The one limitation fact is that resource hunting is, once you grab it in a world once, you generally can't grab it again for quite a while. I actually grabbed a pile of wood once from the city. I grabbed all the wood from the city, actually, and I was not allowed to grab it ever again for the rest of the playthrough. I don't know if there is a global cooldown for the world, or if it's the resource, if it's taken once from the world, you can't take it again unless you reload a new world. I would like to see how they explain that kind of thing. The logs itself don't disappear, but they act like they do kind of thing. There's a few more other things, but I was actually very fortunate that I have a pack rat mentality personally kind of thing. So when I first started playing this game, I was like, oh, this is a Fallout. You got to collect all the stuff you can. And so every time I went to a tinker's table or I went anywhere, I would grab typewriters, fans, and all that stuff, and then break it down to its basic resource, and then just create bulking of it kind of thing. And so after a while, setting up this little settlement of mine, I was able to build 2 turrets and a generator right off the bat. I was lacking wood, but that was exuberant around me kind of thing, so that was really easy to grab. I want to see other players set camp, but for the beta, no one really did. They wanted to run through as much of the gameplay as they could, and I made my choices, and I really enjoyed making the camp part. To kind of wrap up the summary is, as I enjoy the gameplay, there are a few things lacking here and there, but I don't know if Fallout 76 deserves all of the gripe that it gets, but I could understand a few people's upsetting point of view from going from Fallout 4 to Fallout 76. Alright guys, make sure to like and subscribe, and hope to see you for the next Fallout episode. Bye-bye. Hey guys, welcome to the outro. Make sure to like this episode, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you aren't subscribed already, and make sure to click that bell if you do subscribe. I also have a Patreon, make sure to check that out, and that is it. Bye-bye.